I feel like my brain is melting. My attention span is getting worse, and overall, I just feel like my mental health is suffering because of it. Every single night, I go to bed and watch TikToks. Then I wake myself up by scrolling through TikToks. It's a weird thing to admit, but I'm definitely addicted and have a problem. I don't actually have a problem. I'm just kind of like pretending for the plot. So just pretend with me, okay? My justification is, well, I do all my work during the day and then I do my smooth-brained activities during the evening, which is, not a good justification. But in reality, I'm just wasting my time by scrolling and getting absolutely nothing out of it. So the other night I had a thought. Can I be productive but also doom scroll at the same time? And that's where the video idea came to me. Can I watch an entire movie on TikTok? Because that idea to me seems crazy. It just feels, it sounds wrong. A movie on it. Oh, also, I forgot to say, I think the idea of having to be productive all the time is so stupid. We do not need to be productive, and I think it's perfectly okay and justified to just scroll on TikTok for a little while. At the end of a day, if you've been working all day, you don't even need to justify it. It's perfectly okay. It's just thought I would throw that in. The hardest thing about this has been trying to find the right movie, because every single time I think I find something, it's like extremely high-pitched, or it's like 2 times speed, and my brain is already melting. But I'm gonna sit here for another like 10 minutes and try find the right movie, because I've been doing this for like 15 minutes. And it just feels really wrong to find a movie on TikTok. But I'm kind of curious. I want to find the right movie, and watch a movie on TikTok. Feels wrong. But anyway, let's scroll for a few minutes and see what we're able to find. And hopefully it's a good movie. Movie has been secured. We are watching Shrek 1. After loads of scrolling, I have found Shrek 1. That looks like the proper movie on TikTok, so let's go watch Shrek 1 and see if it's any good. Well, I know what it's like, but on TikTok or something. I don't know. Okay, let's go.
That must be Lord Farquaad's castle.
That's the place.
Do you think maybe he's compensating for something?
Okay, hello. I have just watched Shrek 1 entirely on TikTok, so let's review. I'm out of focus. Let's review Shrek 1 and talk about the experience of watching a movie entirely on TikTok, because I definitely have a few things to say. Okay, so throw up a clock. Let's say like 60 seconds, because I feel like everybody has watched Shrek 1 and I don't really need to kind of like explain and review Shrek in depth. So let's review Shrek fast. So what is great about Shrek? We have iconic voice performances, this strong satire of kind of like fairy tale tropes. The pacing and structure is really, really good. I feel like it doesn't really like overstay its welcome. It's perfect length. It has a really memorable soundtrack. Obviously we have like Smash Mouth. Iconic, absolutely iconic. And I feel like there's definitely a bit of a, there are a few emotional moments in this movie. For example, Donkey and Shrek, you know, we got up the bros, and you know, like the message of the movie is quite sweet. We have inner beauty, self-acceptance, breaking norms and all that sort of stuff, which obviously iconic. Shrek is iconic as a figure. We love icon. We love Shrek. We love Shrek here. Then I feel like the animation definitely shows its age in places, like especially in like backgrounds and just all that sort of stuff. I don't think it's aged well when it comes to the animation, but you know, who really cares about that? And I feel like definitely some of the jokes are definitely like aimed at early 2000s culture, but who cares if they're a little bit dated? It's fine. And then I feel like the not so good about Shrek is that I don't feel like Lord Farquaad is like a scary villain. I don't like, come on, bro, come on. But that's like the only thing that I feel like is like, can you even say that that's a negative thing about Shrek? It's not even negative. It's just one thing that I kind of was like, he's not that scary. But everything else, Shrek is iconic. You love Shrek, I love Shrek, and Shrek 2 I think is better. But hey, we're not here to talk about that. We're here to watch about the experience of watching a movie entirely on TikTok. So it was definitely a bit of a weird experience, and I can't really see myself watching an entire movie on TikTok again, because it just feels wrong. It's just wrong for so many reasons. For example, the upload quality, just not that good. The cuts, they kind of like the temptation to move away from what I'm watching. I don't like that, because whenever I watch TikToks, I kind of just associate TikTok with scrolling, right? Whenever you're watching a movie, in my head, and I don't really like it, but I feel like I also have no control over it, I just wanted to keep on scrolling. I wanted to leave the app. I wanted to do something else, because I don't really associate TikTok with movies. I associate like a cinema screen or my TV screen with movies, but I just didn't really, it's not the same. And I feel like the cuts and the uploads definitely ruin the flow of the movie, especially if it's broken into multiple parts, which in this case it was. There are a few uploads on TikTok which are like 50 minutes long, but they all sucked, and it was just awful. I also feel like watching a movie on a tiny screen like this, come on, that's not what movies are made for. I hate to be that guy, but I have a bit of a conspiracy theory. I think movie backgrounds and just the colors in general are getting a lot more boring now, because people watch things more so on their phones, and like the depth of color and all that sort of stuff isn't like made for your phone. So they dumb down all the colors and everything looks a lot more great because they anticipate that you're going to be watching things on your phone. And that is just so depressing, like TV shows and stuff. I feel like I saw this somewhere. Not a conspiracy theory, maybe a conspiracy theory, but if I have a source of some sort, I'll put it here. I don't know. But obviously your phones are not made for watching movies. So like the darker scenes and specific scenes just look really, really bad. Like there were dark scenes in Shrek and I was like, what is happening? Like laying here on the couch like this, what is going on? I had my curtains closed, but I also felt like, I don't really know. It just felt like extremely dystopian. I felt like I was in the movie Her, just kind of like looking at this big, beautiful movie world on this tiny screen. Like what is going, like, I know. And also, I know you can clear the display on TikTok and you can silence your notifications, but some things are still there. Some things still pop up and it's like, And I feel like your attention span is definitely like fragmented, because even if you want to watch the movie, the app's design like encourages you to skim and not really entirely pay attention, because that's what like the app is made for. And I feel like you multitask without realizing you're checking comments, likes, checking the time. And like there were times as I was watching this, I was kind of like looking forward to the movie ending. Why would you ever want to have that feeling with Shrek? Like, no. And I feel like you just lose the emotional impact of the movie. Like sad or intense scenes just don't hit the same. Nothing hits the same. Maybe like the jokes kind of hit, but it's like even the tiny details in the back, you can't notice them because you're looking at a little screen. And I know you're gonna be like, but there's like TikTok on your laptop, blah, blah, blah. It's not the same. It's not the same. And okay, we're gonna get a little bit pretentious. We're gonna get a little bit pretentious in here, okay? Filmmakers just don't intend for their movies to be watched on a tiny little screen, and I don't think the director of Shrek wanted that. So come on, come on. So I feel like it's like a little bit unfair to the creators. It's like they put in millions and millions and hundreds and thousands of hours of work, and we're like, I'm just gonna watch it on the toilet. It's fine. And I weirdly feel guilty doing it. I don't know why. I just feel like it's just not nice to movies. It just makes me feel really, really guilty. And I just found it really difficult to get immersed in the story. And I don't know, it just felt a lot more disposable, kind of like more like content, not an actual movie, just something that I'm going to forget about in a couple of minutes, which is what happens with TikToks. But I don't know, it felt very wrong for me. Maybe it doesn't feel wrong for people who don't watch movies all the time, and that's perfectly okay. I'm not trying to shame people who watch movies on TikTok. I'm not trying to be like, I'm better than you, blah, 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 blah. Listen, we all consume media in different ways. Why did I say media in ways very differently? We all consume media in a very different way. And if you like to get your entertainment from your phone screen, and maybe that's the only time you get a chance to watch a TV show or a movie, then keep doing it. I do not care. It doesn't work for me. Doesn't mean it doesn't have to work for you. And look, everyone has their own ways of doing things. But for me, just... So that was my experience with watching a movie entirely on TikTok. Will I be doing it again? I don't really know. Maybe if I'm on a bus or on a plane or just somewhere where I've like, I don't know, maybe if it comes up, oh, I'm knocking everything. If it comes up on my For You page, maybe. Realistically, I'm not going to be watching the entire movie, but who knows? Who knows? Have you ever watched a movie entirely on TikTok? What is your experience? Do you prefer watching movies on a bigger screen, on a smaller screen? Please let me know, because I'm actually very curious. I'm not even saying that for like engagement and all that sort of stuff. I'm actually curious. So please let me know, because I would love to hear from you. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye bye.